Direct instruction. How many people here are trained in direct instruction? Okay, some. Okay. Bottom line, this is Zig Engelman's work. And what Zig would say is, this is the pony show part. Because what you see when you see direct instruction is a teacher up close to a bunch of children working quickly from a prescribed script and doing a number of different tasks, one after the other, until the lesson is done or until the time for the next group is over. And direct instruction, as you may be aware, is the single most powerful instructional technology we have, and that's demonstrated in the follow-through project that ran for like 20 years with hundreds of thousands of kids and cost the American taxpayer $1.2 billion, and then was consequently shelved and almost never used. Well, I used it, and if you match that up with precision teaching and the chart, you get a powerful combination. You and I, and most of us, cannot go home at night after a hard day of teaching and start making up lesson plans that are going to work tomorrow. And even if it's good, how do you know it's good? It was never field tested. We don't want to use the kids as guinea pigs, so let's pick something that's been shown to work. Will you need to adjust it? Sometimes yes. The data will tell you. If it's not working, the data will tell you. And then it's time to do some other kind of thing. Okay? So what we need are the instructional design behind the performance of the teacher, and that's really quite simple. What we're going to do is take a domain of knowledge, a domain of information. We're going to sort out what rules we can draw from that. E at the end of the word makes the vowel say its name for teaching kids what the final E rule is in reading. And then you teach some examples of that. And you teach them non-examples of that, and then you blend the two together so they are forced to make a discrimination between what is an example, what is not a non-example. And the one thing that Zig never did was to time that and see how fast should they be? How many should they be able to do in 30 seconds? Well, we added that. So again, this combination is powerful. The secret with direct instruction, for any of you who are doing it, is get the pace up. If your kids are looking away, you need to kick up the pace by ×2. And very simply, there's a window of opportunity for teaching kids, and it's like this. If you teach too slowly, they get distracted. If you teach too quickly, you push them into errors. That window of opportunity is where they cannot lift their eyes off the page without the danger of making a mistake, which then you're going to correct. And we all know kids don't really like to be corrected all that much, so they'll pay attention. And we change the task up very quickly, a couple of minutes on something, move on to the next task. If you need to, interpolate them. Go back and forth between a couple of tasks or 3. And we always do the same thing. The kid is never asked to guess. It's model, lead, test. My turn. Listen. You show them how to do it. Do it with me. And when you hear their response match your response, you know they've got it. And then you just say, give them a chance. Your turn. I mean, that's the heart and soul of direct instruction. And there's many, many programs out there that are ready for use, language for learning among them, to get the language skills up so you can do the reading skills. And essentially, what we want to do is power up our resources by combining all of the elements that'll get us places. This is not by any stretch of the imagination random. That's a scope and sequence chart from a language program. You can see what's introduced in any lesson. You can see at what lesson it's introduced. You can see when it doesn't appear in a lesson. And so you have an overall plan. And Elizabeth talked about this yesterday. You need to have a plan of what you're going to teach. Well, Zig maps this all out. And in our reading program, we have 14 different tasks that you need to accomplish. You can see where they start. You can see where they end. We can see lessons where they're not included. We can see where they're included in every lesson, as in the worksheets. And what we can do is to determine very quickly and very easily what is in this lesson. If you follow the columns down, it'll tell you what's in that particular lesson. If you follow them across in rows, it'll show you when that task appears in lessons within the program. Very highly structured, carefully done setting, okay?